to me, listen to me. Like I do this all the time. And if I go out at the house or the road, Matthew has his toys, and then Matthew has all his toys.
Okay, but I have to yell at you guys.
Linda, listen, Linda. Listen.
Okay, what?
Like everything they do at this house, you can't trust everything at Grandma's house.
Okay.
Okay, then what?
Then you're not listening to me.
Then you're not listening to me.
I asked you not to do something.
Linda, but listen to me. Look at, if we do something, if you get that birthday off, you're gonna break it.
Okay. But I'm letting you know that you cannot. No, you're not listening to me.
Linda,
listen to me now. Listen to me now.
Listen to me.
No, you're not listening. I said no cupcakes. And you try to get cupcakes and you try to ask Grandma.
Linda,
didn't you?
Linda, lick it. If we do something if we get close, you can't even get them. You're gonna burn your butt.
What's gonna burn your butt? You and Kevin don't listen, so I have to give both of you guys pop-pows in your butt.
Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh by Yashim Yahushua, by Yashim Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders that rule well, and peace and blessings to you boys out there that's kicking his word, sincerity, ushering truth. You know, in this thing of ours, you're gonna have different perspectives, regarding situations within the camp, and also dealing with Israel abroad. However, you do not want to make your perspective doctrine. You see, a lot of times a brother might say something in general, and it's not, even necessarily talking about you. The spirit might be talking to you, but the particular brother is not being malicious. And you don't have to, feel like you have to defend your perspective all the time, man. Because that's being very inconsiderate, and that's being selfish, and quite frankly, being effeminate. This young man here, in this video, you could tell that he was very influenced by his mother or grandmother or this women in his family. You see what I'm saying? And that's a very rebellious spirit. Women can be very narrow-minded when it comes to, getting their point across, or their idea across. And we can't have this type of mindset in the truth, man. We are called to be man, and also not only man but rulers of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. It says in what Psalms is the 82nd chapter that we are gods. And you look at that word gods, it means rulers. It means we have to understand all perspectives and be able to issue our judgment. You see, and so it's very important that we are being objective in this truth. And I want to look up that word objective. Now, this is that word objective of a person or their judgment, not influenced by personal feelings or opinions, and considering and representing facts relating to or denoting a case of nouns and pronouns used as the object of a transitive verb or a preparation. And the point really was in that first definition, going into a person or the judgment not influenced by personal feelings. This thing of ours isn't about our feelings. This thing is about, the will of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua and what he wants to be pushed. Not what we want to be pushed in this truth, man. So it's very important that we are pushing the Most High will and not our perspective. Now, our perspectives are important, you see, because the Most High gave us those particular perspectives to teach brothers and things of that nature. But that's not the underlying doctrine. The doctrine is what? The truth, the scriptures. You see what I'm saying? And a true understanding of the scriptures, I might add. You see what I'm saying? So that's very important, brothers. It's very important. Let's get to the scriptures. Surah 32:17. A sinful man will not be reproved, but findeth an excuse according to his will. That's right. So, it might be a particular brother, that has gotten reproved, and he constantly feel like he has to defend himself. You know what I'm saying? That shows that he lacks character, and also he lacks understanding. You see? Why is that? Well, let's read verse 18. A man of counsel will be considerate. So if you're a man of counsel, you have to be considerate. You look up that word considerate. Just for edification. Just for edification. That word considerate. Careful not to cause inconvenience or hurt to others. Thoughtful. You know what I'm saying? Heedful. Showing careful thought. And that's what you have to be. That's what you have to exemplify in the truth, man. Showing careful thought, not just blurting out everything that comes to your mind, in a particular topic. You see what I'm saying? A brother has something to say, and you feel like you have to be kind of contrary and bring up another aspect of, the truth. Which is not, there's nothing wrong with that to show, to illustrate, or to convey balance. But if you're doing it maliciously, or not even maliciously, you just, doing it without timing, it could seem as if, you're, belittling another brother's perspective. And you don't want to do that in this truth. That's contrary to the scriptures, man. You see what I'm saying? Sirach 32:18. A man of counsel will be considerate, but a strange and proud man is not daunted with fear. That's right. So, and even when of himself he hath done without counsel. So a man that is proudful, he doesn't exemplify fear. Fear that Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua would jack him up. You see what I'm saying? But he'll blurt out whatever has come to his mind. This really isn't edifying. It isn't. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes when a brother, has something to say, it's good to bring out, the balance of it, of the situation. A lot of times too, that kindness suffice. That kindness is sufficient. You don't have to add on. You see what I'm saying? A lot of times you could just take what the brother said and just simply meditate on it. Meditate on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, that makes sense. I'm definitely going to take heed. Instead of having to say, Khan, and I feel you this perspective, and just say Khan, bro, and just move on. And that's, and not move on, but just, take heed to what the brother is saying, man. You see what I'm saying? This is Philippians 2:1. If there be therefore any consolation in Mashiach, if any comfort of love, if any fellowship of the Spirit, if any bowels in mercy, fulfill ye my joy, that ye be like-minded, having the same love, being of one accord, of one mind. Everybody needs to be on one accord, and it could seem as if you're not on the same accord with a brother if you're constantly bringing out, your perspective when he is speaking on something. You don't want to just that yeah, but spirit, or let me say this spirit, man. That's not cool. Let nothing be done through strife or vainglory, but in lowliness of mind, let each esteem other better than themselves. Looking not every man on his own things, but every man also on the things of others. You see what I'm saying? Let's read back up on verse 3. It says, but in lowliness, having that humility of mind, let each esteem other better than themselves. When a brother is speaking and he's bringing out a point, how do you show that you esteem that brother better than yourself? Or basically what is that saying? That you respect that brother greatly. You see, How do you do so? By just letting the brother convey his point. You see what I'm saying? Not saying kind, but, and, you know, sometimes that isn't edifying. You know, sometimes bringing out the balance of a situation isn't edifying. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes a kind is suffice. You see what I'm saying? Look not every man on his own things, but every man also on the things of others. So you're not looking at, in this situation, you're not looking at just your perspective, you know, but you're looking at the totality of the matter. You know, case in point, it might be your brother that says, you know what, I like eating, you know, on the weekends. I get it in, you know, I eat, drink, whatever. You might have a brother say, yeah, you know, if you're trying to lose weight, that's good, but you know, that's going to stop your progress. You don't want to do that. You see? Now, if the first brother comes back, he's like, yeah, I hear what you're saying, but, you know, throughout the week, I'm running, you know, I'm drinking water, man. You know, I'm eating a strict diet, you know, throughout the week. So, you know, I like the Spurs on the weekend. A back and forth could happen if each brother keeps on conveying their perspective. Now, are they wrong? You know, it could be in a respectful matter, but a brother could feel like, damn, man, just let me speak, bro. Just let me say what you know, my perspective. I don't need you to add on. I don't need you to, you know, bring out the balance of what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? You know, I know that's a very small example, you see, but I'm just really exemplifying of how a brother could feel. A brother could feel like, damn, man, every time I say something, you know, you got something to say. You know, and you don't want to make a brother feel that way, you see, because you're not showing humility, you know. Look not every man on his own things, but every man also on the things of others. Let this mind be in you, which was in Yahushua Mashiach, who, being informed of the Most High, thought it not robbery to be equal with the Most High, but made himself of no reputation, and took upon him the form of a servant, and was made in the likeness of man. So, Yahushua, when he came on the earth, he took on the form of a servant. When you are a servant, you don't have say-so in matters. You don't. You don't. You know, you might be, you know, case in point, you might be working for a small firm, and you might be given a pretty, you know, a pretty important role in that firm. You don't have, you know, but you're not the owner of that firm, and you're going to have certain scenarios that arise that you are not going to agree with, quite frankly. Now, you as a good employee, what should you do? Man, be quiet, man. Why? Because that's not your shit. Same thing with us in this truth. This isn't our platform to push our perspective. This is all about the will of Yahweh by Yashim Yahushua. Not about what we want and not what we deem is right. It's all about what Yahweh by Yashim Yahushua feels is right. And what the scriptures say is, man, we're supposed to be meek and humble in this thing, man. You see? That's why the scriptures also say to study to be quiet, man. That's very important. Now I'm starting to understand that. You see? So I just want to bring this out, man. We don't have to always convey our perspective. I want to give all praise to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, and double honor to the apostles and the elders that rule well, and peace to you brothers out there that's kicking the word in sincerity, also in truth. Shalom.